Hi, and welcome to A Polite Notice, a single-seater podcast, Silverstone race recap. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Becca.
Hi, Aman. Hi, Dan. Hi, Emma. So we are here as your Silverstone crew, including Kirsten in the background. Hi, Kirsten. Should we try that again? So we are here as your Silverstone crew who had a very fun 5 days up in the Midlands. And we're here to debrief all about the race, all about the fun we had. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Actually,
Shall we?
we
Oh, yeah,
chose
go on.
we chose the right day because the weather actually reminds me of Silverstone. It's
The
pouring
weather is
down.
really giving Sunday at Silverstone vibes.
Literally.
Emma and I were on the National Pit Straight on Sunday. We had a lovely time and we had a very, very wet bottom by the start of the race. By the end of F3, to be honest. So,
Yeah, I mean the entire day, if not the entire
yeah.
weekend. I still have the 10 mark.
I think I still got mine.
Oh,
Oh, look at the
Oh,
gun.
no.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get. It's horrible. I don't know.
What am I
Well,
doing?
screw
That one's a
you
bit
too,
better.
Emma.
I'm still red. Look at that.
It was really bad because
Look
now
at
I
it
don't
this
know
way.
how to get it
You are
off.
pink enough for your bachelorette thing on Saturday now, so you don't even need to do an outfit. You'll just be like, yeah, there it is. That's perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're matching the
we're going on.
vibe.
By the time this comes out, we'll probably have already been on my Hindu, or at least possibly be very, very, very close to it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. But anyway, shall we start by talking about our weekend at Silverstone
Of
before we
course.
talk about the race? What was
Yeah.
everyone's number one highlight of being live at the F1?
To be fair, I wouldn't say just a weekend because we had an entire week. Dan and I were going scouting for fan zones. So we've been doing that for like 2 to 3 days. And we were actually pretty much prepared for what's going to happen during the weekend. 30,000 steps, no food, dehydration, but just moments and memories one after one. We were queuing since like 4 a.m., awake since 2. I didn't even sleep during that week, to be fair. I don't know how I survived it, but at least the pictures look nice, so I'm happy.
Anything for content. Anything for content.
I think my strongest memory of this weekend in years to come will be just how dry my lips were and how much lip balm we went through.
Yeah.
So crusty. I know that's gross, but I'm sorry. I'm speaking my truth. I was crusty that weekend. Yeah, I should have bought the SPF lip balm.
Yeah. It's to be fair, Silverstone is not for the weak. I would definitely say it's not for the weak. You have to be fully prepared or think it's going to be just like, a normal weekend is going to come have fun. No. If you actually want to be there and experience it very close and experience every moment of it because it's a long schedule, you need to be ready physically. And you need to be ready for all types of weathers, like sunny, sunburn, pouring down, everything. But I would say it's one of the bestest, if not our favorite so far in the calendar.
Yeah, I had a great weekend. So we were all in a campsite, about a 40-minute walk from the circuit. There was a shuttle bus, but it wasn't running on Sunday. Emma bought walking boots and didn't bring long socks, so I
Wow.
had to go and ask a paramedic for some plasters. I
Oh,
didn't
well,
get anything.
talking about paramedics, Dan had to go and ask a paramedic for a bottle of water for Emma as well because Emma was dying, waiting for Yuki in a truck.
So what I'm hearing is that Emma can't look after herself,
Yes.
and clearly needs us to mother her. That's concerning. We'll just move on from that. No.
Anyway, but yeah, to be fair, it was nice. Dan, what was your favorite moment so far?
Everybody knows my favorite moment. I will
Yeah, well.
never shut up about it.
To be fair, I just said it on purpose so you can say it again.
It will be the picture I put on my grave if you see anything else.
I really don't know what we're talking about. I'm sorry.
Really?
So I missed quali because of it. I queued up at the stage since basically right after free practice ended. And as soon as Q1 started, I was in the second row since what time was it that I sat there, Iman? I want to say since at least 1 p.m.
Yeah, so we were there anyway. I would say we were there since 6 because we had to see all of the teams. We left Dan at the stage. Lily and I went to watch quali. So we'll give it around 12:31. She's been there.
Since 12:30 up until 7 p.m. when Lewis came on stage, I was planted. I would not move.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was pouring it down. I don't care if it was burning my skin. I was set.
I think that's the day we all got the most sunburn.
Yes.
No. It was a day before that day. It was raining as well. It was like raining. Then it got a bit dry.
This was
then
the
it's
Saturday. So the
Yeah.
Saturday was quite...
Oh, it did rain a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't it
yeah.
wasn't too bad.
It was raining during quali for like 2 minutes, and then again it's sunny, and then it's again raining. It was like that. That's why they said on stage that Lewis might be lucky the next day if it kept raining like that.
Yeah.
Dan was the luckiest. She saw it up close. She cannot forget about it. I've basically filmed all of it. She was in La La Land. I don't think if anyone touched her, she would have responded because she was in another universe. And
I barely saw Dan over the weekends.
I
think I
had my
saw
own
Dan like 3 times.
priorities. I had
they
my
weren't spending time
priorities.
with me.
Hey, Lily was in a completely different campsite from all of us. The only
Friend of the
chance
pod,
we got
Lily
to
Leo.
spend time with her was if we were there during the day. So it was divide and conquer, okay?
Shout out friend of the pod, Lily. Shout out friend of the pod.
oh,
Keegan,
she's the
for-
soldier.
for helping
Keegan,
us out.
Lily, good God,
Helped
and
us for
Andrew, of
everything.
course.
Oh, and Andrew. Andrew was also there. My fiance.
The...
He was one of the girls.
No, making it on the Ferrari Instagram was definitely the highlight of my weekend. Another thing that I would not recommend that was not for the week is rushing the podium.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm
I
a
just-
McLaren girly, and I only did it for Hulk. That's
Can I
it.
just say, speaking of making it on Instagrams, Iman doing 2 in 2 days.
Oh my God, yeah.
Iman
Somehow.
was on both the Williams
I was on the Williams,
Insta
I was
and
on the
McLaren
McLaren,
Insta.
the Haas. Dan and I were in the Haas selfie as well. And in the Ferrari picture where Dan was crying, you will see me as a proud mother looking at her in the back and smiling till my last teeth, as if she was graduated. And she was just like, oh my God, look at her.
Oh my god. We did actually, I want to make it clear that we didn't just go and stand at the main stage. We did watch racing. We did see cars on track.
We did watch racing, but for what it's worth, this was my first time seeing my all-time favorite driver in the flesh. I already had missed him at the plus 44 pop-up because he came the day before. I was not gonna fucking miss this.
Yeah.
I would have killed people for it. And I only made it to the front of the stage because for some god-unforsaken reason, one of the girls who was up against the barricades left right before he showed up.
Maybe she just didn't care.
Well,
Some-
maybe the
some people-
universe aligned
Some
everything
people
for
don't.
her.
I know that doesn't make sense to you, Dan, but some people don't care about Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis motherfucking Hamilton, how do you stay
Language.
for Come on.
Honestly.
I'll bleep it while editing.
What's your fucking language? Jesus.
Oh, wow, Becca. Amazing.
But yeah, no, definitely the highlight for my weekend. M's highlight was obviously seeing Yuki not once but twice.
Twice. Getting
her
it
hat
signed.
signed.
Look at her. The woman was dying. I can tell you, we were actually concerned about her safety or her well-being because she's like, I feel like everything is dry. I feel like I'm gonna collapse. I'm like, just come out. We'll find a solution for you. She's like, I heard that Max is coming. I'm like, do you want to die or do you want to see Max? What's the balance in here? But she didn't come out until they said that Max is already inside in the paddock. Dedication. While we were doing this, a little stunt, Becca, what were you doing? Please tell us.
I was trackside most of the weekend. So we spent Friday and Saturday on the Vale Bank. Glorious in the sunshine. If you want a picnic vibe, highly recommend Vale Bank. It was absolutely beautiful. We avoided it on the Sunday because we knew we weren't going to get a wristband for the podium. So we thought, let's try somewhere else. And also from the entrance of our campsite, it was a trek and a half. So that's how we ended up on the National Pit Straight. I really want to say shout out to Luke Browning because that F2 race was so good.
Yeah.
Like, we basically had very little clue what was going on. That's one of the things about being on the track. And there was a screen over there, but it was through a fence and we couldn't really see it. And the tannoy was rubbish. Like, we did get those Amex headsets, but we just didn't use
My
them.
God, we used it. Lily and I used it so well during the weekend. It's actually really nice. It gives, like,
everyone
you
said
can
they were
hear.
really good, and we just didn't.
What
use
I'm
them, but yeah.
disappointed about is, and I suspected this might be the case, it's not the Sky commentary
it's
that's
the
on it.
No,
track
it's
commentary.
not.
It's the actual international circuit commentators that are on it.
And
So
that's a bit
kudos to them.
disappointing.
Yeah, they did a decent job, but what I wanted to hear was the end
Crofty.
part of it all.
I
where
wanted
he would
Crofty
hype
immersed
up
in my ears.
Hulk for
Literally.
his first ever F1 podium, and that's why I watched the race back the next day, because I needed
Damn.
some
Yeah,
injection.
did you not watch the race? I watched it mainly to see the bits that I didn't know what was happening because we couldn't
Yeah.
see them.
I didn't watch the race the next day because I was bed rested for a week. I couldn't even lift an arm.
Also, because, like, we had camping chairs, so it was a lot of stand up, see the cars go past, sit down, have a break, have a rest, drink something, text when you had signal, which was spotty at best.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that all too well. It was so much going on where it was like, you'd hear the announcers going a bit mad and be like, oh my god, what's going on? And then by the time you stand up, you're like, it's already over. Yeah.
Network was absolute shit, to be fair, because we were all dispersed in the track. We didn't know where we are. We didn't know what's happening. Basically, I lost network for like 6 hours straight, the entire day. I couldn't even know if you guys are alive or not. And it's just yeah, that's the only downside of it. But all in all, it was a great experience.
No. Actually, Emma, yeah, let's talk about qualifying. So we were on the Vale Bank. We were having a lovely time. Me and Tegan were there. For those of you who don't know, our friend Tegan, big Ferrari fan. Big Ferrari fan. Me, I'm a big Ferrari fan. We were very excited when Lewis topped Q2. Emma, don't fucking pull that face at me. Go and sit in the corner. We were very happy when Lewis topped Q2. We were like, sick. We're going to get a Lewis podium. Ferrari's coming back. Lewis is coming back. We're going to have a great time. And it was all going okay in Q3. And Lewis is... it was going on Charles... and then I think Lando was on pole, and I was like, I'll take a Lando pole. I don't really care about McLaren, but I'll take a Lando pole, or I'll take an Oscar pole. I don't care about McLaren. I'll take one of them. It was going to happen. That was my prediction anyway. And then Max goes top right as the checkered flag goes, and Emma lets out this almighty roar of yeah, and the rest of the crowd is just like, fuck, and everyone hates her, and I genuinely thought Tegan was going to punch her in the face. She was so annoying about it, and genuinely I thought about leaving you on that bank and not taking you home.
To be fair, I would have paid to see Emma. I would have paid just to see that
Emma
moment.
And one other child wearing a full Red Bull merch who were happy about it. There was a little girl behind us, huge Ferrari fan, with a Lewis Hamilton sign, in tears, in absolute tears. And
Yeah, that was me.
I wish it was. It probably looked quite similar.
Yeah.
To be honest, but me and Tegan, we go, it's okay. Lewis is really good at Silverstone. He loves driving this track, and it'll be fine. Don't worry, it'll be fine. But yeah, this poor little. So shout out to that little girl. I hope you had a good Sunday.
I guess the only thing that compensated on that moment is that Dan had the chance to see him face to face. If she wouldn't have had that chance, she would have cried.
You know those
he was like
moments.
distracted the whole time, going, "Oh man,
Literally.
that girl in the front row is fucking fit."
Playing with my head, I can't even concentrate.
Don't feed into my delusions.
I'm out of the zone. It's your fault.
It's your fault. It was before.
Don't feed the delusions, okay? It's bad enough that the delusions were fed badly enough. The fact that he was at the Ray concert that night when she headlined and we were wearing the same fucking outfit.
Oh yeah, she was twinning with Lewis Hamilton. Telepathy happening.
Also, another highlight of my weekend was seeing Sam Fender. None of you
Oh
were there.
yeah.
None of
You
you
had a
were
great
there.
time.
You all went
for
to bed.
Ray.
No, but I saw Sam Fender because
I was awake since 4.
as
I saw
my
Ray.
Instagram handle says, I am indie trash. Also, I had to sit in a car with Andrew and Tegan for 3 hours.
You did that
So-
to yourself.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, Sam Fender was grand. So good. We had
Yeah.
a sick view. I really like how they did the stage at Silverstone. It was just slightly lifted so that you could see
Even
what
if you
was
were
happening,
towards the
even if
back
you
and
were at the
everything,
back.
No, it was
Yeah.
great. It was lovely because we literally saw 99%. Yeah, 99% of all of the teams
Yeah.
up close, even though we're short, even though we were in the back. We could see basically all of them. I guess
saw
only
George and
Nico we
Lando.
didn't see. Yeah, only Nico couldn't see.
He did come up on the stage after the podium, but it was either... So if you're at Silverstone and for Sunday you want to prioritize a crazy, there are 2 options. You do the veil part, which me and Lily did in order to get the wristbands and then to rush the podium, and then you get to rush the track, which is a great time, all in all. It's exhausting, but it's worth it. Or you do the slightly less insane thing, which is you focus on inner track, then you're also close to the stage to a certain extent, and then you get to see the drivers, P1, 2, 3, and Lewis, if he's not part of that group, go on stage at the end of the race. He did come up on stage for his Hulk podium moment, and that place was packed. Again, I'm a McLaren girly, but most of those people cheered harder for Hulk than they did
Absolutely.
for
Absolutely.
I mean, we on Sunday got to the track just about 7 o'clock in the morning. We all had general admission tickets, and we got the last spot on the barrier on the national pit straight. Literally, the last bit that we could cram our little chairs into, we were there. So, you know, if being close to the track is a priority, you have to get up semi-early on the Sunday, but it's not as intense as if you want to be anywhere other than Vale Bank.
I mean, to be
Great
fair,
view at Luffield. Highly recommend GA at Luffield.
it's beautiful. Yeah, that's where we watched quali. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
We watched the F2 free practice from the Luffield corner, and immediately when we sat down, it got red flagged.
Oh, good
There
God.
is a little spot at Luffield that we discovered that we are going to keep to ourselves. By us, I mean me, Iman, and Lily, completely by accident, where you can take certain shots like it looks like you're on track. As in,
No, I wasn't with you guys. I wasn't. I missed that one. I wasn't with you. I was burned. That's why I couldn't come with you guys. It's the time I had everything here bruised up. I didn't come to that spot. But Lily and I watched quali from Luffield. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
It's really nice. Really
as long
nice
as you
spot.
get a good spot.
The National Pit Straight is great because we had a pretty decent view of cops.
Yeah.
So we saw the Isaac Hadjar crash.
It
Up
was
close
recorded.
And personal,
Yeah.
terrifying.
It was recorded.
Teague has a really good audio recording where you can hear his tyres start to squeak. So that sound of his tyres and the crash will stick. Sounds. Hearing it live
Horrific.
in person is mad. Should we talk about the race? We've done a lot of
Yes.
yapping about Silverstone as an event, but should we talk about the actual race?
Yeah, absolutely. Who's going to start?
It wasn't disappointing for what it's worth as a race. If you were there as a spectator, I do feel for your clothes that you wore on Sunday. Cause
It was the way
fair.
it kept going, like, this will be the last bout of rain. Oh no, there's going to be more rain in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
To
And
be fair-
apparently, it was worse than last year. Like, way worse than last year.
The highest level of rainfall we had was 15 millimetres per hour, which is pretty heavy downpour.
Yeah.
To be fair, I would say people who were most affected are general admission, us included. People who were in the grandstand, they still had, they were not as affected as us. It was pouring down, yes. They had umbrellas, yes. But at the same time, they had space where to sit. For us, some of us were actually sitting on the floor, which was even worse because, yeah, exactly.
You bought a chair, shut up.
That's what
Me
Emma,
and
you
Lily
did.
abandoned ours. That's what everyone does. You just don't. There were guys next to us. There was a couple next to us that were both Red Bull fans, full on max gear, everything else. They had the nice lounging chairs, the ones that you sort of lean back on and you have a little pillow at the back. £35 each chair. And we turned to them and asked them, those are quite nice. You guys are not just you're gonna lug them with you when we rush, right? You're not gonna leave them here. Oh no, we're just gonna abandon them.
Dedication.
I would have just taken their chairs.
Me and Lily debated that. Should we go back to Vale to see if there are any nice chairs left around?
Yeah, some people had nice camping chairs.
To be fair, I don't think it would have been a good idea because so I was in the spot where I could see the podium from afar. I was at Vale Bank, so I saw when they opened the gates and I saw people running. People were tripping. People were falling. So if you had a chair on you, trust me, you wouldn't have made it.
You could have beaten people.
I saw a guy,
This
the
is
first
not
guy.
the Squid Games.
The first
The
guy.
way you describe it is.
Trust me, it was. Like, I'll show you the video.
It was,
the
that's
first
true. It
guy
was.
who basically ran after the gate was open, he tripped. Like, we were like cheering for him. Everyone was cheering for him. We thought he's the first one who was going to reach podium. He tripped and no one helped him. it was that maniac. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. So no one is going to help. People are going to basically just stomp on you. They don't care.
Wow, Formula
So
One sounds horrible.
it's the
Cancel
Hunger
Formula
Games.
One.
It is the Hunger Games. It
You
was a bit
fend
violent.
for yourself. You rush the podium. You have to be ready. If you're not fitness ready, then get fucking ready.
It's a marathon. But
It's
yeah,
a-
back
it's
to
a
the race.
Okay, back to
It's
the
a worth
race.
it experience, but it's not for the weak.
The thing I want to talk about in the race is the transition to slick tyres. Some teams did really well. Some teams timed it perfectly.
Shout out Sauber.
Other teams.
I'm out. I quit. There's nothing we can say. It was what, the 11th race? I don't know if I'm wrong. 11th, 8th, 9th race. Ferrari still didn't get back to the game. So I guess I'm just disappointed, and I don't think there is a solution.
I mean, it is just a meme at this point. Like, you have to laugh or you'll cry.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
cry. We all
well.
know that I'm gonna fucking cry.
I'll tell you one thing. So
I did warn you about being a Ferrari fan. You didn't fucking listen.
I'll tell you one thing. The highlight of the race, for me personally, I'm a Lando fan, but this is controversial. I didn't want him to be on podium. I wanted Lewis to be on podium, I wanted him to win the race. Now, the only thing that compensated not seeing Lewis on podium was Nico winning the race.
Yeah.
I don't think...
About to
No,
say,
sorry,
you
not
didn't
winning the
win.
race. No, sorry, yeah.
That would have been a whole nother story.
Being on podium.
Manifesting in Spa.
Remember, I manifested
Yo.
I manifested him being on podium. So you
Yeah.
never know.
You might have just blessed him for Spa. We'll see what happens this week.
Yeah. But to be fair,
Sauber could never be in the points again, and no one will be surprised. Like, let's take what we can get.
I'm getting more and more certain that they're sneaking some of those Audi specs into this year's car, because there's no way that car turns that good.
I mean, it was more of a... Because the rain is the great equaliser. you
Yeah.
know.
I was about to say
True.
that. It was an Alpine situation, Brazil 2024.
Yeah, you know, rain is the great equaliser, and they got the timing of the tyre change right. They just timed it perfectly. In the same way that everyone says that Lance Stroll is like a fucking wet weather whisperer.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was going to be on the podium for a long time that race. And until once Lewis passed him, I was like, okay, a bit more settled.
Yeah.
But like Lance seemed like a Formula One
Pretty
driver
confident
this
in
weekend.
it, yeah.
No, he did really well. I was so
Am I gonna
happy.
get cancelled? No.
You might.
Also, speaking of me getting... I shouldn't do that. Speaking of me getting cancelled, fuck Christian Horner. Horner's out.
He's out! Oh my god, finally! Oh, she is not getting cancelled. She's becoming the best influencer out of this podcast
No,
because of that.
I'm
this
sorry.
this moment that we just did is basically the recap I'm posting on TikTok. Just saying. So.
Oh my god, he's got best thing to happen at Silverstone. Screw me being on the Ferrari Instagram. Best thing to come out of Silverstone.
Honestly, I don't care if it's because Max is staying, because Max is leaving, because Max is pregnant, because Max is... I don't fucking care what Max is doing. I just
Max
want
is
to say
pregnant
thank you.
with Toto's child.
With Toto
It's
child.
Toto. It's Toto. in Sardinia.
Georges. Make it even better than that. It's Georges, baby.
Oh.
Triplets. Every one of them is having a child.
They're all pregnant with Toto's baby.
That's it.
Toto included. He's pregnant with his
He's
own
pregnant by him.
baby.
No, that's Susie's baby, and we all know that. Mummy.
God.
But yeah, when the
Say it.
Christian Horner announcement
Say it.
came out, I was at a wedding dress fitting, and I got several texts. I had walked out of the wedding dress shop, and I was going to Cafe Nero to get myself a coffee before I went to work. And I had so many texts come through, rapid fire, from co-host Savannah, just being like, answer your phone, pay attention, what are you doing, hello. And I have my phone on Do Not Disturb at all times, so she was pushing through these notifications she really wanted me to see. And I rang her from the queue and I was like, this is the best day ever, I'm having the best time ever, I'm so happy, thank you for sharing this news with me.
To be fair, so I saw Christian up close at Inner Track.
Did you egg
And-
him?
Oh, well, I wish,
If
but
you'd had eggs.
so everyone was shouting for the drivers, and everyone was so happy to hear like the drivers. Whenever they come, you see people pushing, you see people like fighting to get signatures. When Christian came, everyone was just silent. Everyone was in their positions. No one
booing.
tried to get anything. People were booing in the back. But I heard from someone that this is the first time Christian does that. He never gets out of a car to greet fans or anything. So he was just trying to sugarcoat his way in. So he came in a very melodramatic way. He came in a Range Rover, came out, tried to greet fans, signed stuff, took pictures, said thank you for a bunch of people, which was so weird because Christian never does that.
I also think he would have known for a while by that point. He would have known Silverstone was going to be the last one.
Maybe he was trying like a last-ditch effort to be like, look, the fans love me.
Exactly. So
because,
either
you know, he's
this...
got quite a few like memeable moments.
Exactly. So either this or that. Either he was trying to sugarcoat his way in and be like, see, people are loving me, I'm trying. Or he already knew and he was like, you know what, it's my last time to be here. You know what, let me just do the stunt and leave forever. But it was so funny to see how people did not interact with him whatsoever.
I was at work and I was the second person in the office for the day, and every single time one of my coworkers came in, the immediate reaction wasn't even, oh, hello, good morning. It was just, Christian?
I guess we were all in like situations, environments we were not supposed to be. Like, you were at a wedding dress fitting. She was at work. I was at work too. Emma was at work. I was in a situation where I was not supposed to express emotion because I was in a campus tour telling people, oh, this is where you can get your ID. This is where... And I'm getting messages on Teams, on WhatsApp, on TikTok, on Instagram. Christian has been fired. I'm looking at it and be like, yeah, so this is the cafeteria. And I'm like, fuck yes, I can't even express. I can't even say anything.
You'll get the best meals of your life here.
Life is beautiful on this campus. Yeah.
It's £2.
I think I'm very British because I don't tend to believe things until the BBC tells me. Yeah. Fuck Sky Sports. Don't care about them in the slightest. They can go and die. That was harsh, actually. I'm sorry, Sky Sports. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, the BBC love us. So once the BBC notification popped up on my phone, I was like, oh yeah, that's the dopamine hit we needed to get through this post-Silverstone slump. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Also, speaking of the BBC, complete turn, we were on the radio!
Yes! Yeah.
So Emma wasn't. Emma was having her breakfast. But me, Dan and Mum were on BBC Radio Northampton.
That was
we were
great.
interviewed by the lovely Tom.
Yeah.
I did a bit of a nepotism to get us on there, but it
was worth it.
This is what Formula One is like too. Let's be fucking real. So many people will go get into it because of nepotism.
I just walked up to a man and went, I think you know my mum. Which is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done in my life. But I did it.
But it was worth it, wasn't it? Did you hear what we said?
We sounded great.
We sounded amazing. We sounded like professionals. We did a really good job.
Yeah.
It's like we would be good enough for this to be our job.
Preach that.
Can you come back in like 10 minutes? And I was like, okay, I had a tray full of coffees and I was like, okay, I'm going to go put these coffees down. So I couldn't be on my phone and I was just trying to be like half texting, half not dropping everyone's coffees and being like, Dan, come back, Mum, come back. And then Dan tried to call me and I couldn't answer because I was carrying the coffees. And it was just like,
let me tell you.
I didn't know if you were coming back and you were like, we're on our way. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to drop these and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk to Graham. And
let me tell you.
You don't know, my mum is the photographer for Northampton Saints. That's how she knows the people from Video Radio Northampton. Shout out my mum. She also has a rugby podcast with her friend Liz. It's called Ladies What Pod. You can find them all over the gaff. They're doing a live show if you're in Northampton. Shout out my
mum. Let me tell you one thing. The entire Silverstone week was something out of my imagination because I guess everything happened for a reason and it just doesn't make sense until you think about it. That morning, Dan and I had our alarms super early. None of our phones worked. I just woke up out of the blues and I woke her up. We were like, we're late, we're panicking, we don't know what to do. It was a mess. We started walking out of the campsite when you called us. So it was actually a sign that we were supposed to be late because if we made it on time, we wouldn't have been on the radio.
And I would have had to force Emma to eat her breakfast faster.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. The second thing is, so there's this famous bridge by the walk to get to the gate number 3. So the first day, each day, one of us said something and it actually happened. First day, Emma said, I'm going to jump from this bridge out of nowhere. So intrusive thoughts.
Also said that to me when we were crossing the bridge.
Out of nowhere, her intrusive thoughts told her that she will jump. And I'm like, but imagine if you meet Yuki today. Like, you can't just jump. Yeah. But guess what? 2 hours later, she met Yuki and she got it signed. Then the next day, she's like, you know what? I really think I'm gonna jump off this bridge. Out of nowhere again. And I'm like, Dan, what if you meet Lewis? You can't jump. Guess what? She met Lewis. So who was left? It was me. I'm like, see, now I can't say I want to jump because I really don't want to jump, but I'm just gonna say it for the sake of saying it because you never know.
But
Guess
surely
what?
that's haram. Surely
was in the-
say that you're going to jump off a bridge is haram.
Yeah, exactly. Like, seriously, that's haram. Why am I gonna say it? But then I'm like, you know what? I'll just try. Maybe God is gonna send me something to compensate of me jumping. Guess what? I was in the fucking paddock.
Someone got in the paddock, and the day she didn't have phone signal, because if she did, she could have run us, and I would have gone running. I had inner track that day. I could have come to join you. I would have been like, Iman, I'm coming!
Literally. It was, yeah,
I
it
would
was
have
crazy.
left Andrew behind. I would have been like, Andrew, watch Tegan. Tegan, watch Andrew. We're off.
You would have
Emma, I'm
found
assuming
them
you're coming
both
with
dead.
me.
It would have been a murder-suicide situation, but...
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But
Worth
yeah,
it to get into the paddock.
I feel
No,
like
to
that
be
bridge
fair,
is blessed. We have to go back to the bridge.
I
What is
never want to
blessed
see that
is-
bridge again. Because every time we were on that bridge, I'm like, we're either, we're so far from the track, or, we're so far from the camp. Every time I was on
Next
that bridge, I was
time,
like,
next time,
"Ugh."
try to say that you're gonna jump. You never know, something might happen.
Quadrant, it's on site. If I see those boys, it's on. So basically, for those of you who aren't aware, Quadrant, Lando Norris's little gang, decided to have a meet and greet right after qualifying, unannounced, right by the superstore.
I have a correction to make.
If
to
you
that.
try and defend them, I'm going to kill you.
I'm not gonna try and defend them. I'm just gonna explain what the fuck happened. So initially, it was gonna be earlier in the day, right before quali, but then it became a safety issue because everyone thought Lando was gonna be there, so everyone fucking stormed the blue tent and went insane. And then they were like, "Hold up, guys, it's not happening. It's gonna happen maybe later in the day." And then the only moment they found for it to happen was right after quali.
Yeah, so it meant that basically we were trying to walk back towards Gate 3 from Vale Bank, which meant we had to go past the Superstore, past the Hilton, and then up past the up past Woodcote and was it Woodcote? Abbey.
Woodcote.
Up past Abbey. And it gridlocked because there were people trying to come that way to go towards their gates at Vale. We were loads of people trying to go the other way, and all these fucking people just stood still trying to see Quadrant.
Yeah.
So eventually,
horrible.
they look at that, Iman.
Yeah.
If you can edit in this photo. But we couldn't move.
No, that's
It was
madness.
so dangerous.
My good God. Yeah.
There was thousands of people. We were completely unaware of what was going on because all we could see was a load of people just not moving.
To
And
be
so eventually
fair-
they opened a side gate that's not even a real gate. Dan, I don't like the face you're pulling. If you were one of the people, take it off. Go and change. So eventually they had to open a side gate, and we had to walk all the way around the edge. So we weren't allowed back in the gate. So we had to walk all the way around the edge of the circuit, round all the car parks, round the fucking all the.
No, that was
factory
very
buildings.
badly organized, I would say. Like, you have a point. It was
was
not
so
well organized
dangerous.
because they actually saw the hype Lando was getting during the weekend. Like, we basically tried to go just to see the Lando store. We didn't even want to buy anything. We just wanted to see it. And for me, to just take some shots for TikTok. They told us you will have to leave the track and then come back. And the queue was 3 to 4 hours long.
My
Half
retina's
of
a
the people-
burn from seeing that much neon yellow all weekend.
In slight seriousness though, there are certain things at Silverstone that's out of their control in terms of safety. There's only
Fair.
so much stuff they have. There's only so many marshals they can spare for something. If people go insane, which we have seen happen with our owners,
Yeah.
sometimes those people are me. I'll attest to that.
I mean, I also have beef with McLaren because Tegan and I queued for ages to get into the McLaren fan zone.
Oh yeah, the
On the
Tuesday
We
one.
Wednesday.
were there at 4 a.m.
So Tegan and I went to the Williams one, and then we tried to go join the others at the McLaren one. And we queued for ages, and then they said, go, we right at Trafalgar Square, and they said, go down here, they're opening another entrance. So we walked all the way past the National Gallery to the side where the St. Martin's in the Fields is. And then they just didn't open the other gate. So people behind us in the queue were still being let in at the main entrance.
Oh, that's
But we were just stood
ridiculous.
still. A woman around us, full McLaren fit, McLaren earrings, orange hair, the works, was going
Nuts.
feral.
I would
She looked at
imagine.
my Williams hat and went, "Oh, you know, there's a Williams thing," and I was like, "Yeah, I've just been there."
No, to be fair, Honestly, the only thing that I will give it to them is they did a good thing by telling you guys that you're not gonna get in. At least they warned you,
They
because
didn't say we weren't going to get in. They said it was going to take 2 hours.
and trust
It
me,
was annoying because people behind us were getting in. But they said it was going to take another 2 hours. And we were like, we have to go and get the train to get back to Kent to drive up to Silverstone.
it wouldn't even have been 2 hours, because trust me, when we tried to leave, so we were at the front to see basically the stage. When we tried to leave, we could not even breathe. It was that bad.
Breathe?
Yes.
I want to say that again.
Yeah, trust
Not
me. It was...
Not breathing. Breathing.
I'm cutting that. I am definitely cutting that out. Anyway, we were not able to inhale and exhale. Okay, so we were not able. It was really packed, so that's why maybe they basically knew for safety issues they wouldn't
We
be
ended
able
up
to let more
standing
people
on a
in.
wall by the National Gallery and just looking over the fence. But the Williams fan zone was great. I loved the Williams fan zone.
It was a great experience if you made it on time. To be fair, we had a great
Far
time.
too much money at the Williams fan zone, but it was my birthday, so who cares?
I guess back
Wanna
to the
see my
race.
favourite purchase?
Whenever we try to talk about the race, we deviate and go talk about something else. Fuck! It has 55.
And it has a little chili on it. And because so this is the £165 one, but because I have a Williams grid pass, I got 15% off.
Here's the fucking thing. I'm pissed off about this. I'm so fucking pissed off. Me and Iman got all of the badges the day of.
I didn't get all of them. I think I missed 3.
We got all of the badges. We got the grid pass, like each of us. And they didn't tell us when we collected it that also gave you a discount.
No, but I guess I'll tell you why. Maybe this is just a thought. Maybe because at that time we were still able to get the merch. They gave us the merch for free. That's why we collected the badges. People who came late, they didn't find any merch whatsoever. Nothing was left.
So by the time we got there, the day
Nothing
after,
was
they'd
left.
run out of driver cards and they'd run out of
Exactly.
grid passes.
So to
I had an
compensate on
NFT.
that, to compensate on that, they gave them 15% off. So which makes sense. And that happened, I believe, in the McLaren one as well.
It was the day of me and you went as well, because me and Lily went back that evening after you went home, and that's when we got our Williams merch. That's when we actually bought stuff that evening.
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, Williams feedback. Get more
Tell
driver
us stuff
cards.
is 20% off, please.
Yeah, get more driver cards. McLaren feedback. Don't be dickheads. Go in the O2 Arena. You're a fucking massive team and it's your home race. Think. Use noggin. You've literally got a stand of your driver that's sold out in like 40 seconds or something stupid like that.
Less. Trust me, less.
Don't use your brain cells to build a car. Use your brain cells to plan an event.
Let me
Don't
say
be the
something.
taste of
As a
banana.
Let me say something.
As a Lando fan, I dislike that colour wholeheartedly.
It
I
did
do
make them
not
very easy
like
to-
it.
very easy to
spot. Yes, it doesn't suit everyone. And
It
second
would
of
wash
all,
me out. I'd look very pale.
I will look so bad at it. And also, the prices of those things. They sold out quickly, but the prices outrageous. People were just splashing money.
McLaren merch is notoriously expensive anyway. It's not as bad as Ferrari. Ferrari are ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, talking
McLaren
about
merch
someone
is
who spent
notoriously-
£400 at plus 4.4. Look at her face.
that's not Ferrari's fault. That is entirely Lewis Hamilton's fault. She is
That's
funding
entirely
Roscoe's vegan diet.
Dan's fault. That's not even Lewis's fault. He didn't ask her to
Yeah,
spend
and like over
£400.
half of that was on one.
He got
fucking
P4 and I spent £400. Imagine, oh fuck, I should have spent less and he could have gotten podium.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
Dan,
girls' match.
it's your fault again. It's always Dan's fault. If you hadn't have bought that jacket, he could have come second.
Is that the theory? If I spent 400, he got P4. If I would have spent 100, he would have gotten P1.
I
That's
thought the
not an
theory,
excuse
if
for
you
you to
spend
log on and
double...
No,
spend
I
another
should have spent
£100.
1,000 for him to get P1.
That's what I'm saying. I guess the theory, if you spend double, he'll get P2. If you spend more, he'll get P1.
Anyway, Silverstone race was really good. Shout out to Luke Browning. The F2 race was great. The F3 race got cut short, but from the bit of it that I saw, they were doing really well. Shout out to Luke Browning. He was honestly my favourite driver all weekend.
Shout out to Hulk.
Shout
I
out
know
to Nico.
people-
Luke
honestly.
Browning!
said this.
No! Did you see that young man? Oh! F2 is great. F2
No,
is so
actually,
good.
Luke did a great job. F2 was
It was a good
amazing. The race was
He
great.
did some of the best overtaking. He was
Yeah.
overtaking everyone at every corner, anywhere. Didn't matter. It was such a good race. The F2 race was so good.
No, F2 race was amazing. But what I'll say is, Luke still has potential in F1. The fact that we saw
100%.
Nico on the podium, we never know where we're going to see him again. That's something I might tell my grandkids if I have them. I might tell every person I walk next by in the fucking streets that, guess what? You might have seen Land on podium. You might have seen Lewis on podium. I've seen Nico on podium. And that's... We need that sticker. I'll put I'll put it when I edit this.
Go Sauber. Here's a Go Sauber sticker. And here's a Go Williams sticker. There you go.
Yeah, we can do that. Lovely. But
Okay.
great stuff.
Any final thoughts about Silverstone? I think Silverstone 2025, you'll always be famous.
Yes.
Nico Hulkenberg, you will always be a girl dad. Dan,
Great.
you will always spend too much money. There we go. End of...
Well...
It's
And
the
Emma,
delusions. If nobody would have fed into the delusions, I would have been fine.
To be fair, she queued for it, so I guess girls' math.
You did cute.
Yeah, she deserves it because she queued for 2 hours, so she deserves it.
£50 per hour. No, £200 per hour. Wrong way.
No. Oh, yeah,
It's
2 hours.
It's late. I'm
£50
tired. It's
per
been a
half
long
an
week.
hour.
All right.
That
Thank you,
sounds
ladies.
so wrong if you take it out of context, saying, "Oh yeah, Dan could make 50." It's worth. My time is worth more than that, especially in that context that everyone will think of if they listen to this.
This is really good for me because I'm not gonna cut anything of this episode. I'm loving everything, and since we said on the radio that we made this podcast to say things that other people fear to say, I'm actually keeping everything we said, no matter if we get cancelled or not.
Anyway, this
So
has been
guys,
a
I
polite
don't have
cancelled
anything
podcast.
to put on my fucking head. Like, come.
This
It's
has been
fine,
a
it's
polite
fine.
cancelled podcast featuring
can
your
do
hosts
two
Dan,
for
Emma,
you, it's
Iman, Becca, and Iman.
It's so sexy.
I'm tired.
Before we go, let's just actually summarize Silverstone in one word, each one of you. Becca, go ahead. If you say Luke Browning,
I'll just say Browning then.
right? Becca said Browning. Dan,
It's
Lewis
not one
Hamilton.
word, but I'm even more delusional than I was before. So
It's just delusion.
just delusion.
See, nice. I'm gonna say my famous word, formidable.
So that was our Silverstone recap. Sorry that we rambled so much. We're all very tired and it's all a bit chaotic. But we had a wonderful time at Silverstone. Thank you for having us, the beautiful, beautiful village of Silverstone, the beautiful villages of Toaster. We will see you all next time when we recap Spa. Bye-bye.